you all, let's come in, Um, hit that like and share button if you are new to my channel. Welcome to the channel, Crypto Queen Money Moves. I am known in the money world as Crypto Queen. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming in. Let's talk about this economy. Let's talk about this recession. Let's talk about how you are preparing. I want um, an interactive live stream. I want to get your opinion. What do you all think about this? So we have 39 seconds. I'm gonna you all hit that thumbs up and hit allow YouTube. Hello, Dr. Forms, to build the algorithm by hitting that thumbs up. You're gonna hear some beeping in the background. So that's my food in the oven. So I'm not planning on being on this live stream very long. And what I think I'm going to do moving forward is just do shorter live streams where I'm not doing them for an hour. But I may do 3 live streams in a day that equals up to 1 hour of time, right? Just really cutting down the footage. But I may do 3 live streams in a day. Okay, forgive me for that. I just opened another window. Just cutting down the amount of time that I live stream. I noticed there are not too many African American people on YouTube that do uploads. They do a lot of live streams and they give out a lot of their time, and a lot of that is not reciprocated. But you have 2 giants that really do a lot of live streaming, but they're not doing a lot of Q&A when it comes to cryptocurrency, and that's BitBoy, BitBoy Crypto, and Cryptos Are Us. They live stream for over an hour, but they're not answering questions. Crypto Are Us will sometimes take out questions with a super chat. So I decided I'm not going to put a whole lot of my time doing live streaming and trying to answer Q&As. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it like the other color does it, and I'm gonna get in and get out, right, and preserve my energy. Yes, Dr. Forms, he's my business partner. We just had our private Zoom. It was on the topic of how to build business credit, and it was an excellent call. I really like the private Zooms where people can really give you the Q&A and the and have the access. So our topic was how to use your home-based business that we are affiliated with through MWR, that's abbreviated for Making Wealth Real, to build business credit. I don't know if you all knew that you can build business credit through a home-based business. I really like the home-based business concept because you can get your money back that you spend. That's you can get the money back, and not only that you spend, but the money that things that you spend on every day, like food and mileage and depreciation on your vehicle, cleaning supplies for your home, money that you spend on everyday purchases. You can't get that money back in traditional business through that method, but you can do it, shift that money, bring it back to you in a home-based business, and you can take a home-based business with you wherever you go. We were also listening to Dr. Lynn Richardson, and she said some people said they are taking a vacation, and she's like, "You're not taking a vacation, right? The vacation takes over you, because especially when you have to put that vacation on credit and you really don't have the cash flow or the extra income to even afford that vacation, you don't take vacations. The vacation takes you." And she also some things that we brought out in our private meeting is that a home-based business allows you to have a sense of control, because money is a science. It does whatever you tell it to do, and money will work harder than you work for it. You have to position it to do that, though. You have to have the strategies in place that money works harder for you than you work for it. Hello, Clifton. Hello to you. So let me get in. This is my shout outs, my 5-minute mark. Now, this is where I want you all to engage with me, right? Drop some comments. What do you all think this executive order will do to the cryptocurrency market? To be honest with you, I'm a little afraid. I don't know. The executive order on cryptocurrency is expected this week. And so with this, President Joe Biden is expected to sign an executive order that will mark the first step toward regulating how digital currency is traded. The move comes as the administration official has raised concerns in recent weeks about Russia's use of cryptocurrency to evade the impact of crushing sanctions in response to the invasion of Ukraine. This is why I'm a little bothered, because this move seems to be initiated by how Russia is making use of cryptocurrency, as the United States is forcing or taking Russia from the SWIFT system. I don't know if you all have read this as well, but PayPal, Visa, and MasterCard has disconnected Russia and its citizens from using its services. And so as the United States has put these sanctions up, again, I'm really, really concerned about if this will work in positive for the crypto market or negative. What are your thoughts? Drop them in the comments. You all think the Biden administration will positively, with this positively or negatively, will we see a drop in cryptocurrency? So, according to this article, the executive order on cryptocurrency was expected to be issued this week, and it had been in the works long before the war. Both people spoke on the condition of the preview of the order, the executive order. The order is expected to describe what government agencies, including Treasury Department, need to do to develop policies and regulations on digital currency. It is expected to include a request for State Department to ensure that American cryptocurrency laws are in alignment. So they want to be in alignment with the allies of the United States, and will ask the Financial Stability Oversight Council for its input as well. So the Financial Stability Oversight Council monitors the stability of the United States financial system. So, this is going to be interesting. Let's look at the crypto market as where it is now. Last I looked, Bitcoin was at 39,000. We're going to see. Do you think crypto is going to pump or dump this week? Lee says, okay, in his opinion, he thinks it's going to be good for the crypto world. I think, that the decision definitely is much needed, long awaited. It's kind of like, let's go ahead and get it over with type thing at this point. Let's see what our government responds to it. And then we have to take in account that gas prices are continuing to escalate, and that the United States government has already put out the white paper for its central bank's digital currency. Also in the Philippines has come out with its own cryptocurrency as well. So hopefully, this, if you are a Bitcoin holder and hodler, will increase this. Will pump cryptocurrencies, but with war being a factor in it, and maybe, the United States not really liking that Russia is leveraging crypto, we will see. Not the form says to scare the citizens to sell. They don't want us to have crypto. I agree. Even if this temporarily gives it a dump and more in the red, I do agree with that opinion as well, right? That to scare people not to hold it, as they have gold reaching its all-time high of $2,003 today. And so most people don't realize why that is so. Most people don't realize that gold and silver is real money. However, it is unorthodox that you see a strong dollar and strong gold both at the same time. Usually when you see gold reaching its all-time high, it's when the US currency dollar is cheap, right? Is when the dollar is declining, which it is, but according to the charts, the dollar was strong today as well, even though I don't know how that will be or how that is so, being the prices of inflation right now. So what this executive order will do, it will cause your federal agency to report later in this year the progress with their respect to dealing with cryptocurrencies and digital tokens. CoinDesk has reached out to the White House, but have not received an answer about, specifically what will happen. And it will let federal agencies consider potential regulatory changes, and the national security is going to be involved in this, and the economy. So yeah, this is going to include the national security as well. So we're going to look at the government strategy in dealing with cryptocurrency, and whatever Biden's plan is going to be. So hold on tight for the ride. This is definitely going to be interesting. Dr. Form says we are due for a massive crypto run-up. Then they pulled back due to registration. I agree. And yes, gold and silver is real money. Most people do not realize that. By constitution, it is real money. And most people also do not realize that when you get cash fiat currency, that is simply the government giving you IOU. It's nothing more different than if you receive something from me, services, and or I purchase something for you rather, and I don't have real money, gold or silver, to pay you back, then I write you an IOU, give you the paper, reminding you that I owe you the real money. And this is where a lot of people get the Nasara Act idea or concept from. But let me tell you this: if the Nasara Act happens and the government is or will give back gold to its citizens, it will not be to people whose family was not affected by the gold confiscation of the 1930s. I rest assured, government is just not going to give citizens that gold was not confiscated back any type of gold. Because right now, the country that has the gold rules the country. The United States desperately, no one knows how much gold they have in Fort Knight. They desperately need as much gold in their central banks. And to keep that power of currency control globally and giving it away to its citizens would shift their power. And it will make the citizens rich and not the government. And I don't see that happening. At least not in my lifetime. Excuse me, not in my lifetime. So Warren Buffett says never to hold money. During a war, here's a stagflation playbook for stagflation. Warren Buffett said do not hold money during a war. Yet some people are going to do it. Let's look at some comments. Low Jockey says, when the IRS asked me if I held, received, or sold cryptocurrency last year. Exactly. And you know what, Low Jockey? something that made me realize that crypto was for real. Some of them, not all of them, there's over 16,000 cryptocurrencies. Only 1,000 out of 16,000 would make it. So we do know that there are some junk cryptos, but I knew it was real when you can take out a loan against some cryptos, and those are the cryptos that I put at the forefront of holding in my portfolio. The ones that you can take out a loan against, called decentralized financing. That's when I knew it was real, right? Lee says, I also feel these regulations will move good crypto into a direction of a utility phase. I agree. These are great points. Great points. Thank you all for commenting. I do agree with that, Lee. Warren Buffett, right, says never to hold money during a war. Here's a stagflation playbook. You all know I believe in a playbook. I believe in a game plan when it comes to your finances, right? So it's got point at U.S. food, first aid. This is a people fleeing from the war of Ukraine. And this is a picture at a railway station taken. So the one thing you can be quite sure of, if we are going into some major war, the value of money will go down. This happens in virtually every war that I'm aware of. The last thing you want to do is hold money during a war, he said, Warren Buffett. Buffett bought his first stock in 1942. Y'all, let me cut this oven off. When macro factors were not looking good, but instead investors would frankly be a lot better owning productive assets over the next 50 years than pieces of paper. At least they're telling you what you're holding, pieces of paper. Some people, according to Buffett, are unafraid to put their dollars to work. And I've said this so many times. So many people are so afraid to put their dollars to work, but they're not afraid to work hard for dollars, right? That just shows you all that most people have no financial education, right? So fears of increasing inflation, which means increasing pricing, and slowing growth, that means stagflation. There's no growth in the economy, but prices are inflated, but no economic growth, no job growth. That's stagflation. Partially driven by the COVID-19 pandemic. I did a live stream earlier today. Now the mask mandate is pretty much lifted. They said 77% of cases in the hospitals have dropped. Nobody even explained why all of a sudden. They didn't say it was due to increased people getting the jab or anything. They just said, hey, seems like COVID is going away. After December and January, announcing a new variant called Omicron. Now we're at the first week of March and boom, 77%. What big numbers, right? So now Warren Buffett says to get out of cash. I totally agree. And meanwhile, you're going to see cycles of consumer stagflation, which means energy prices are also going to increase along with your gas and groceries, food, tobacco, healthcare services. Now they're going to increase healthcare services and the cost, even after they say you don't have to mask up anymore, right? So I hope no one has any repercussions of covering themselves from the mask and not getting pure oxygen for long periods of time, right? Or any other thing that they have done out of fear of a virus. And so with that being said, an estimated 1.5 million people, they're saying, have fled from Ukraine. And Russia offered to cease fire today, but they failed twice already over the weekend. And so we're going to see where this is all head. Just want to give you all a very, very quick update. It's too late right now for anything to be done by the XL pipeline. United States is not drilling any oil on any federal land, right? And this exporting cutoff is only going to benefit Russia, and it's going to benefit them. They're going to get rich, especially Putin, right, with his oil. So this stops money flow, but you don't have to stop your money flow. I've been, telling people, let's get your game plan for $129 to increase your cash flow. Truckers are, according to the media, I don't know what's truth or what's not truth, are protesting in DC right now about the mandates. I don't know if that had anything to do with them the media announcing now that the numbers are going down. But truckers in DC are doing what the Canadian truckers were doing. And let's see. Let me show you all this. I won't read it out loud, but I think it's worth showing. Just look at that tweet as I read some comments. It says, you want to know what losing freedom really looks like. According to him, this tweet says that the United States really didn't lose any freedom just because they wanted to wear a mask. You really want to know what losing freedom really looks like? We tweeted this picture. This is a train station. People trying to get out. I don't know. Russia already owns 1/3 of Ukraine. I don't know why they're saying they're losing freedom, but again, I don't know what's going on over there in the full context of what could be happening. I do know Russia owns much of that portion of the country in Ukraine anyway. I think 1 out of 10 people already speak the Russian language, or 1 out of 5 or something like that. So Red Star says he's waiting on the decoupling. Thank you, Red Star. He says get the likes up. I'm wrapping it up. That's all I have to share with you all. But if you do watch the replay, make sure you like, make sure you are subscribed. And if you want to position yourself for better credit and more cash flow, text the number that you see on the screen to get more information, to get recession ready. And speaking of recession ready, right, I want you all to listen to this by him 500. He talks about recession proof, but I thought this was very enlightening. And then I'm going to leave you all with this on a good note. Let me find that video. He talks about money in the bank, right?
Money in the bank. Money in the bank. See, the bank is not your friend. It's not your benefit. That's a one-sided relationship. See, I develop relationships with banks to get what I want and understand how I give you what you want. We got a healthy relationship. But I know this ain't the best here. See, a lot of y'all fellas want to be polygamous, but you got to be polygamous in your finances first. Learn how to deal with multiple banks. Know how to deal with multiple institutions when it comes to building wealth. Some of y'all like, that's what polygamy is? Nah, that's what it should be. Shit. Because the relationship you in, like, nah, you ain't taking care of me enough already, bro. You trying to 3 other people, you crazy. You ain't that strong, brother. But at least you can start and do it with finances, right? Then you can live it out. Be like, yeah, I'm a financial polygamist. I just made that up with y'all today. I'm gonna use y'all Instagram. I'm a financial polygamist, right? What does that mean financially, baby? I got relationships with a few different people. Money in the bank. See, the bank is not your friend. It's not your benefit. That's a one-sided relationship. See, I develop relationships with banks to get what I want and understand how I give you what you want. We got a healthy relationship. But I know this ain't the best here. See, a lot of y'all fellas want to be polygamous, but you got to be polygamous in your finances first. Learn how to deal with multiple banks. Know how to deal with multiple institutions when it comes to building wealth. Some of y'all like, that's what polygamy is? Nah, that's what it should be. Shit. Because the relationship you in, like, nah, you ain't taking care of me enough already, bro. You trying to 3 other people, you crazy. You ain't that strong, brother.
So I thought that was worth sharing. Great advice. I do believe you need to understand the bank is not your friend. And if you realize the strategy of putting your money to work, this last clip I'm going to share with you by Dr. Lynn Richardson is going to be under 3 minutes because, again, I'm going to wrap this up in 30 minutes. And I have 4 minutes and counting to do that. So listen in at this.
Work with me. I just took it with me. I took my computer and I relaxed. That's why everybody needs a home-based business. The last thing that I'm going to say is this, as it relates to a home-based business, why everybody needs one. You can get your money back. Huge. One stream of income is hazardous to your wealth. That's obvious. Home-based businesses are winning right now. If you know how to take what it is that you do and do it from home or wherever you are. Home-based business means if I'm on the beach. Last summer, I told everybody, bye. I got on the plane, went to Hawaii for 5 days. On the 6th day, I didn't even come home. I called Dr. Trina and I said, I think I'm staying one more day. Everybody started getting nervous. I came home that next day. I took my work with me. I just took it with me. I took my computer and I relaxed a lot, but I also did some work. It was a business trip. So you can take this work, you can take your home-based business with you wherever you go, you can get your money back. And then the third thing is everybody wants to feel like they have a sense of control. See, here's the deal. Money wants to obey you. It does. Money is an exact science. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about if it's happy, if it's sad. You know, we say we have joy. How much joy do you have? Do you have more joy than me? Like, we can't even measure it. But money is an exact science. So you can tell it what to do. What else out here that we need as a resource? I can't control water. I can't control fire, but I can control money. And money is saying, if you follow the rules, I will let you control me. And then I will work for you. But if you don't follow the rules, if you don't respect $1, what you gonna do with 10,000 of them? You're never gonna get to 100,000. You're not gonna get to 1,000,000. And if you get it, it's gonna leave you faster than it came, and it's gonna feel worse than never having it all. Been there, done that. Had no money. When I was really broke, living check to Monday, making $90,000 a month. There were times when I had more money. I was like, I wish I was 7, because my grandmother gave me $2 every day. I had more money when I was 7 than when I was in my 20s and 30s, making $90,000 a month. So money says, if you treat me right, if you respect me, if you abide by the laws that 1 + 1 = 2, and not try to make my 2 a 10, if you live below your means, if you let me do what I was created to do, which is multiply for you, then you won't have to worry about me ever again. So what I say to people in the end is, money controls you. You worry about it. You can't think. You can't sleep. You're trying to figure out this, that, and the other. But that's because you're abusing it. Let me liken that to having children. I have 3 beautiful children. Been married for 25 years. I tell my children all the time, I want you to understand that it is a privilege and an honor that your father and I have decided to raise you. Because there's no law. You don't have to raise your kids. You can leave them with their grandma. You could leave them. I was with my grandmother. My mother was around, but my grandmother gave me my upbringing. My father wasn't around until later in life. You don't have to raise your kids. But let me tell you what you can't do. You cannot abuse them and you cannot neglect them. So here's the deal. You don't even have to deal with money. Go lay on the beach. I have a friend who told me he was going to fly to Vegas. No, take a bus to Vegas and be homeless on the beach. I said, well, that's probably a good place to be homeless. It'll be nice and warm for you. I don't know what to tell you. But if you're going to get in the game, you cannot abuse money and you cannot neglect it. If you abuse it or neglect it, it won't work out for you. If you abuse or neglect your children, the law is coming for you. So you have to take care of it. And I think we're in a time today where everybody's like, okay, I feel like Noah. I've been saying it's going to rain, it's going to rain, it's going to rain. Nobody believed Noah. Then all of a sudden the world was filled with water. I've been saying, get a home-based business, get a home-based business, get a home-based business. Learn how to get your money back. Learn how to get. I said it so much, I started getting tired of myself. Literally about 2 months ago, I was like, Lynn, now you've been saying this, but I couldn't stop. Because I know what it's doing. I know how it's working. It's working. I know how it changes people's lives.
And I feel like Dr. Lynn Richardson sometimes too. I feel like Noah is going to rain. Now, if you don't see the rain now, someone just sent me a message on Facebook. Regular gallon of gas in California, $6.95 a gallon. Make money your friend. I've been breaking down the destruction of the dollar. One of the things she also brought out, you have to make, money is like a woman. If you abuse it, they leave you. Most women now, most. Money. And also a thing that she brought out, it is an exact science. It will work, as Bishop TDJ says, if you work it. Money will work harder than you, but most people, and you know why most people really don't text me to enroll? And I won't say most because I have a large organization, but many, I won't say most, but many people, because in their mind, they will not tap into the value of it. So they would rather have an excuse than a strategy, right? And one thing that Dr. Lynn Richardson brought out as well, the queen of the home based business, is that she said, well, if you're going to be homeless somewhere, you might as well be homeless at the beach. I thought about the lame man in the pool of Bethesda in the Bible. Hey, if you're going to be lame somewhere, at least it's by the beach, it's by the waters, there's healing waters, right? I mean, gonna be homeless in a good place, and that's a whole nother teaching within itself. The wealthiest time that there is for a wealth transfer, and people will not act on a $129 opportunity to get so much money that they're spending out back to protect themselves in taxes if they trade crypto or forex, or to just get extra cash flow to keep with inflation because they don't want to hold themselves accountable to take advantage of this wealth transfer. I saw this posted somewhere on social media. If this pandemic did not bring out the hustle in you, you don't have it in you. And that's okay. That's why 95% of the 5% of the population owns 5% of the wealth, because people don't want to think differently. They will get on my live stream and I'm teaching them about financial education, and yet they will complain about, this is why we're not taught this in schools. Well, I'm teaching it to you. So what's your excuse now? Right? Money Making Bear says California gas isn't $6.90. It's a few that's just under five. You said a few. How do you know? California is so big. Okay, $5 gas. Woo. I was a whole $1.25 off a gallon. Who would have thought that you would have saw $5 gas even in California? But I'm assuming that you did not hear what I said. I said someone on my Facebook posted a picture of gas that I know personally that's from California. I know personally he's from California because when I went to the Lakers game in Los Angeles, California, I met him and he's my Facebook friend. And he said, Cali prices, and this is Mobile, and he's in Los Angeles, California, and these are Los Angeles. This is California license plate on a Cadillac and another vehicle, and at Mobile it's $6.95 a gallon. So don't play those games with me on my live stream. Don't do that. As if $5 is a better deal. The point is, people are not preparing whether it was $4 in California. Most people are not. And there's no way I could not. If I lived in California or New York, there's no way or New Jersey or somewhere like that, I would not have a home base. It's no way I would not do something to increase my cash flow in those states. It is just absolutely no way. With the cost of living and taxes, it is no way I would not. So I'm closing because my food is warm and I'm finna go eat. I'm about to go eat. Luke 16:11. So if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, who would trust you with true riches? Another version says unrighteous wealth, unrighteous cash. If you not have been worthy of the government's money, true riches can be peace, prosperity, health, heavenly treasures. But I like to amplify it. It says, if you have not been faithful in the use of earthly wealth, who will entrust true riches to you? Like, why would you think you're going to get rich and wealthy and you can't handle the cash currency as is now? Sure. Send me a text message 254-788-1144. I'm not going to explain the opportunity. You can look on my channel. I did let me share this link with you. If you don't want to text because it is late at night tonight, I did a very thorough breakdown. I put the link in the comments, but I'm signing out. I'm really trying to stay away from doing long live streams. Just doesn't give me a return on my investment to just sit here and answer questions. So I'm getting away of doing that. The bigger channels, they answer questions with super chats. And I know you're probably saying, well, Queen, you're not big, but I'm thinking big. That's the only way I can get big. You got to be there mentally before you actually arrive to it. If you don't ever think big, you already operate small, you'll stay small. So I'm going to do like the bigger channels are doing and not spend time on answering questions for free without a super chat or just don't answer them at all, right? So you can text that number or you can click on that link and watch the video. You all, thank you for being my subscribers and following. This was a great live stream. You all have a great night.